All right, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Science Vision Art and Life. My name is Adewale Agboke Jr. Please review us, rate us, give us a 5-star. Don't be a hater. Today, I'm going to talk about the creators of art, C.O.A, creators of art, different people from like myself to AveryMitchell to Dwayne Mcduffie, Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, Arthur Lee Rankin, the guy who created Thundercats. So before we get into that, we want to thank our sponsors, pay some of these bills. The Science Vision Podcast is brought to you by A4 Capital Consulting, growing good business anywhere and everywhere. Let A4 Capital Consulting take your business to the next level. That's A4CapitalConsulting.com for details, y'all. That's A4CapitalConsulting.com for details, y'all. Like I said it before, A4 Capital Consulting is coming out with a new podcast soon, so check it out. Get ready to listen to some awesome stuff about how to take your business to the next level. And also, this podcast also is brought to you by Anadale Foot and Ankle. Don't live with foot pain. The Anadale Foot and Ankle make your feet happy again. That's AnadaleCenter.com for details, y'all. That's AnadaleCenter.com for details, y'all. Like I always say, y'all, custom orthotics. This one goes to every single pair of bottles that I own. So I make sure I've got these on because they're designed specifically for me to make my feet happy. No more pain, only gains. So AnadaleCenter.com for details, y'all. AnadaleCenter.com for details, y'all. All right, y'all. Let's get into this podcast. I'm excited about this episode because I'm going to get to talk about creators of art, creators in general, because creative individuals are totally different from artists. I've always thought these individuals were one who inspired me to create my own universe, the Karjakz Assassins universe, But I'm going to talk about these creators, right? Each one at a time. And then I'm finally going to get back to me at the end. First one I want to talk about is Dwayne Mcduffie. He also, Dwayne Mcduffie, if you don't know, he's the late great Dwayne Mcduffie, passed away, I believe, in 2012. Rest in peace. What an amazing creator. Not only did they create Static Shock, but he was responsible for the success of Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. And let me bust out the DVDs for y'all, because that's what I'm going to do today. I mean, when it comes to cartoons, yeah, you ain't no Justice League fan if you ain't got these right here. Dwayne McDuffie's hands are all over this right here. And then also I'm going to show you my, this is the collector. All the episodes of Justice League Unlimited. The only thing missing now is for me to go get Justice League Unlimited. That way I have both, right? Justice League Unlimited, Dwayne Mcduffie, an amazing creator. From what I've heard, he was an amazing person to work with. So gifted. Let me see if I can find a Static Shock poster. That's another thing he did. I mean, this guy is single-handedly responsible for me loving Justice League. I really had no interest in Justice League up until this animated series, Justice League, came out. I'm trying to find Static Shock for y'all. Not in that one. For those of y'all who don't know who Static Shock is, which would be shocking if y'all didn't know who Static Shock was. But I'm not going to be shocked if you don't know who Static Shock is, because a whole lot of people don't know a whole lot of stuff. But let's see if we can find them. Let's see if we can find Static Shock. Here we go. That's Static Shock right there, y'all. That's right. That's Dwayne Mcduffie's creation right there. He even had an animated series in the 90s. I think it was the early 1990s. And there was supposed to be like I said, the cartoon came out in the 1990 Static Shock. Apparently it was supposed to be even a movie maybe. I think it was supposed to be Jaden Smith playing it, Will Smith's son, but I don't know what happened. But that would have been awesome to see that. But Dwayne Mcduffie really inspired me specifically as an African American to say, you know what? I can create a universe that people would love so much they're not going to care what they look like, just as long as the characters are cool. I mean, this guy was creative. It was brilliant. I think there's even an award named after him for diversity award for creating superheroes that are not Eurocentric. I mean, this guy was, man, and then he had his own publishing company too. He was one of the few writers and few producers that had his own publishing company, which led to me wanting to create my own publishing company, just have ownership of everything I create. This guy indirectly taught me the art of direction and creation. I mean, Dwayne Mcduffie's incredible. Static Shock, Justice League Unlimited. His hands are all over. Even some of these Justice League movies you've seen. Justice League War. The one where Batman, I can't remember what that one was called, but Justice League, where Batman creates a safety protocol to go against all the other Justice League members. Flashpoint. Justice League Atlantis. I mean, God, Dwayne Mcduffie did so many cool things. Not just Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. And he was the writer too. Just an all-out incredible individual, talented individual. I mean, I can't stop. Like, this show is not long enough for me to explain how gifted and incredible this guy was, but Dwayne Mcduffie, man, he really really got the stuff started. I'm trying to see what else I have that Dwayne Mcduffie might have done. But that's what I got right there. I mean, just Justice League movie. And I wish the Justice League movies would veer and try to sort of emulate this animated series. How hard is it just for DC to follow what's in here? All your ideas you need are right in here. You know what I'm saying? Lean on the greatness of Dwayne Mcduffie and let this guy's spirit steer y'all to make a greater movie than the first Justice League movie that came out, because that movie was not going to work. You know what I mean? As a big time fan, I was so disappointed. But you know, when you're a creator, a lot of people aren't creative, man. And that's when a lot of people, like fans like myself, who were disappointed in the movie, were disappointed because we saw what Dwayne Mcduffie had done with the animated series. We're like, wait, why didn't you get your ideas? That's why Marvel's movies, the Avengers movies, was so good, because they took the ideas from the animated series. So Dwayne Mcduffie, man, what an incredible character, incredible human being. And just like I said, inspired me to pursue this, being a creative individual. Being a creative art is what he really inspired me to do. Real animation, comics, and put your heart into it, man. All right, y'all. I'm about to show y'all Dwayne Mcduffie. He goes that legend, man. Y'all had to see this. I mean, I wasn't leaving without showing y'all a picture. There he is, man. The truth in 2 quarters. I mean, this brother was bad. This is the guy that inspired me to want to do great things with my cartoon series, man. You know what I mean? So that's Dwayne Mcduffie right there, y'all. Next up, Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, respectively. I mean, what can I say? Avengers, Fantastic Four, Spiderman, X-Men, Iron Man, Blade. I mean, anything Marvel, these 2 dudes had their hands in it, man. Start off with Stan Lee, the ex-Licenser, as I like to pronounce, as people like to call him. I mean, Stan Lee he was in the movies. I mean, let's just break this down, all the stuff that this guy's done. I mean, dude, this is endless. And I'm gonna bust out the book. Iron Man, the animated series from the 1990s. Yes, I got it on VHS tape, just so you know I ain't playing. That's VHS tape right there. I still watch this. I remember when Stan Lee would come on Marvel Action Hour. It would be Iron Man and Fantastic Four, and then on Fox it would be Spider-Man, and I believe it was X-Men. God, I loved Action Hour. Captain America movie, Winter Soldier. The first Iron Man movie. Man, I mean, this is endless. X-Men, the animated series from the 1990s. Oh my God, Spanish. It was so cool. Stan Lee's so cool. Blade 1, Blade 2. I mean, none of these stuff would happen if this man didn't just believe in himself. Avengers, you know what I'm saying? Ultimate Avengers 1, Ultimate Avengers 2, Iron Man animated movie, you know what I mean? And then I'm gonna dive into the comic books. I'm gonna save this one for last. I mean, it's endless. These comic books, it's endless, man. Age of Apocalypse comic books. Look at this. This is all Stan Lee right here. The creative mind, I mean, just being there. Even little mini comic book. Captain America. And you know he's a big Captain America fan. X Factor. You know what I'm saying? Uncanny X-Men. I mean, this is ridiculous. X Factor again. Wolverine. I mean, he was the producer at one point. He wasn't necessarily, didn't have to be the artist, but his mind was part of this comics that you were reading. I mean, Jim Lee did this one right here. You know what I mean? Jim Lee drew that one. And then this is like an X-Men Ultimate Guy kind of comic book. I've got so many things, man. And of course, can't forget the Ultimate X-Men Guide right here. Every single character that's in the X-Men universe right here, man. And as you can see, Stan Lee's signature at the bottom right there, if you can see. You know what I mean? I mean, this guy was incredible. He was like beyond his time. I remember when he first started, people thought his ideas was cuckoo and it wouldn't work. Oh, really? It wouldn't work? Look at us all right now. Now everybody wants to be the next Stan Lee, want to be in the movie, playing the cab driver, playing the astronaut guy, playing the FedEx man. You know, that I know that's me, one that wanted to do that with my movies. I mean, Stan Lee gave me courage to be like, possibilities, man. I mean, even though he wasn't the artist, but his mind was so creative. Then he had Jack Kirby with him, who I'm going to talk about next. The combination of these 2 incredible men. I mean, let's flip through this book right here, man. So y'all can see what I'm talking about. Let's go for you got Wolverine, my 3rd favorite superhero. That's not in the Karjakz Assassin universe. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look at this. I mean, this is like a special issue anniversary. I'm just going to flip through a little bit so let y'all see it. I mean, look at this, man. You ain't never going to see this book again. Unless Marvel plans on reprinting this, they don't really do too much messing with comic books anymore. Look at the original X-Men. Over there, you got Cyclops, Angel, Jean Grey, Iceman, and Beast. And of course, Professor X in the middle, man. You know what I mean? Dude, God, God, I loved X-Men. Stan Lee single-handedly made me fall in love with comics and animation. Single-handedly. X-Men alone. That's why I look at Cyclops right here. That's why I get so disappointed when I saw the X-Men movies. They weren't really that good. I'm like, it was really, I was bummed out watching them, man. I was like, are you kidding me? Look at this. Archangel, Angel. You know what I mean? Look at this, man. So, you know, this is all Stan Lee and Jack Kirby right here, man. You know what I mean? These guys were incredible. You know what I mean? Let me show a few more. Look at this, man. The X-Men Mansion. You know what I mean? This is incredible. And of course, you got Wolverine. Also, I mean, the many things Wolverine has been. Wolverine, when it was Weapon X in the Age of Apocalypse. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just... And even Feral Wolverine right there in the middle, as y'all can see. You know what I mean? It was... Man, Stan Lee was an incredible creator. This man, I remember growing up as a kid, he literally changed my life. He made me love cartoons to the point where, like, the only job I wanted to do, even though I went and got a degree in graphic design, I was like, this is boring. I need to get back to animation, man. I mean, he made me love cartoons. The Marvel Action Hour, Fantastic Four, Iron Man, Spiderman, the animated series, X-Men, the animated series, the comic books. My first comic book was, shoot, what am I talking about? I got more X-Men comic books. I forgot I got all these right here, too. This is the first Weapon X issue from the Age of Apocalypse right here. Yep, it's got in the sleeve. First Weapon X issue, man. I mean, that's how much I loved X-Men. Look at it says, first comic I bought. You know what I mean? Age of Apocalypse, The Chosen and the Forgotten. I mean, this really helped me to create the first official... These comic books right here, all these I'm showing you, helped me to create the Karjakz Assassins comic book. I mean, God, I love Stan Lee. This guy was incredible, man. Look at this, X-Men. When Storm and Wolverine and Colossus go to fight the Morlocks. You know what I mean? Look at this, more X-Men comic books. God. And I used to love comic books. And y'all, I had way more comic books than this. I had a bunch. I'm probably talking more than 100. And I don't know where they are now because I only got like 17 or 18 left, which is so embarrassing. You know what I mean? But look, Stan Lee, man. I know I'm spending a lot of time, but I love Stan Lee. I love X-Men. He made me love X-Men. God, X-Men is by far my favorite comic series ever. And I'm sure there's a whole bunch of comic series out there. Captain America right here. And I'm sure there's a whole bunch of comic series out there. But nothing's touching X-Men. Especially because Stan Lee just made my mind go poof. I'm like, whoa, these are possibilities right here. So Stan Lee, man, so much respect for this man. Rest in peace. He's an incredible soul, and he gave me the courage to create the whole Karjakz Assassins universe. And say, you know what? I can do this, and I'm gonna do this, and I did. So it led to me create my own comic book series and wanted me to create my own animation series. So Stan Lee, man, he's the man. You know what I'm saying? Just rest in peace. One incredible talent, man. And y'all know, before I gotta show y'all Stan Lee, man. Stan Lee, the myth, the legend, the Elixir himself, man. I mean, look at this dude. This guy really inspired me, man. I mean, he's played everything on Marvel, from FedEx man to pizza delivery guy to colonel to general to space dude, man. I mean, he does it all, man. That's Stan Lee right there, man. The legend himself. A great creator, man. And one thing about these creators, they're all fearless. That's one thing they all got in common. Next up, Jack King Kirby. If you've ever watched Young Justice, characters that were created there. Fantastic Four. Avengers. And I'm going to go through it again. That's right. Iron Man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure which all of the characters created, but I know he had something to do with all these characters. Silver Surfer. I know for sure. I think he created that. Avengers 1. Ultimate Avengers 1. Him and Stan Lee definitely did this ones right here. Old school VHS tape Iron Man. I mean, Jack King Kirby had his hands in everything. I don't know how much he had to do with Blade, but I know anything to do with Marvel, usually with Stan Lee and them, has something to do with it. I remember I heard stories about how Stan Lee and Jack Kirby would meet at Jack Kirby's basement, and that's where they created all these characters. Avengers, Fantastic Four. They would go, Stan Lee would go over and then they'd start drawing people. I mean, especially the X-Men universe. Right here. Jack Kirby had his hands all over this Joker, man. This and Avengers. I mean, that might be the two greatest gifts ever given to the comic universe. X-Men and Avengers. Hopefully one day X-Men movies can be made to actually live up to the greatness of Avengers movies. Because, man, Avengers blows it out the water. I mean, Captain America. I mean, even though it's a movie, it still got Jack Kirby's essence in there. Because Jack Kirby, without him doing all the drawing he was doing, wouldn't be seeing all this cool stuff, man. I mean, dude, it's endless. Jack Kirby I mean, the drawing skills, the creativity, the ability to create from nowhere. And that's why I get my ideas from, having a guy like that just create characters out of thin air. No nothing, just straight thin air, just the way I do it too. And I think I learned those habits from, whether it was Dwayne Mcduffie or Jack Kirby or Jim Lee or Todd Mcfarland, some of the guys I'm going to talk about today. It was just like, create your own originality, be original with your creation. That's really what I loved about Jack Kirby. I mean, he's way before my time, way before my time. But from a lot of legends that I've talked to, Jack Kirby was so creative. And for back then, as artists, we weren't showing the love we needed to be shown. We was railed over left and right, man. We were trying to be creative, whereas these businesses was trying to screw us over. And that's what made me, as a business person, become a businessman. To say, okay, my art is going to be something that's going to be cherished, respected, nourished, not just monetized and done any kind of way. No, and having it. And at the same time, to maintain creativity, excite people's mind. That's what made Jack Kirby great. He could excite your mind. I mean, this man was so creative. A pencil to paper, boom, got a character. Pencil to paper, boom. I mean, Fantastic Four, Spiderman. I don't know if it had anything to do with it. I'm just saying what I know from animated. I've watched Avengers, specifically, like I keep saying, Avengers and X-Men. Those two alone makes this man pantheon. I mean, he's a beast, man. There's a reason a lot of people call him Jack King Kirby. There's other people I think somebody else is greater or whatever, but I think his creativity, even in Justice League, he worked with DC Comics too, because he did some of the, if you watch Justice League, he created some of the characters on there. I think some of the characters from the Apocalypse, he created some of those characters. I mean, Jack King Kirby, he was everywhere. I mean, without him, it's just like, I wish he could have seen some of the incredibility of what he had created. I mean, because it's ridiculous. Every time you watch an X-Men or Avengers movie or whatever you watch, Marvel, you're like, Jack Kirby's handprint is all over that right there. You know what I mean? Jack King Kirby, amazing human being. Even Fantastic Four. I'm waiting for them to get that right. Please get it right. They had it right the first time with the one with Jessica Alba and Chris Evans. I don't think that was the problem. I'm surprised that wasn't a third one. Is when they try to reboot it again, it made no sense. You know what I'm saying? Because the animated series was off the chain. The only thing missing on an animated series was when doing the Marvel Action Hour, Stan Lee would be there saying, hey, and now our heroes are going to go fight. Especially, I remember this episode, episode with Dr. Doom, where he talked about how Dr. Doom Ben, Human Torch, and Mr. Fantastic are going to have to go back to ancient Greece to go rescue Susan because she was trapped by Dr. Doom. And the whole description of the whole thing was so sick. The only thing missing there was Jack Kirby, so he could have said something. You know how sick that would have been? I mean, having those two deliver Marvel Action Hour would have been off the chain. But like I say, Jack Kirby and Stan Lee, they're like bread and butter, a cheeseburger and fries. You just can't have one without the other, man. A hot dog without the bun don't make no sense. You got to have both, man. And these two incredible Pantheon Titans led to a guy like me who wanted to say, you know what, I'm going to create a universe so massive, you know what I'm saying, that it's going to be undeniable to you can't deny it. You know what I'm saying? So Jack and Kirby, that's what's up, man. That's what's up right there. All right, y'all. And of course, I got to show you all Jack King Kirby, y'all. This is what Jack King Kirby looks like for y'all young whippersnappers who don't know what's up. That's the living legend right there. You know what I'm saying? You see him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this guy was incredible. Fantastic Four, Avengers, X-Men, anything Marvel related. Him and Stanley would go into that basement and creating all kinds of awesome art up in there, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this guy is the truth in 2/4, man. Next up, we got Bob Kane and Bill Finger. We got Bob Kane and Bill Finger, Batman. Batman. Perhaps the greatest superhero of all time. Yes, I know I did a top 10 list where he came in number 2 behind Black Panther at number 1, but Batman is a bad mofo. Shut your mouth. That's right. Y'all know what it is. I'm going to bust out. I mean, Batman, this right here, year 1, even though I know he wasn't the one who created it, was done by Frank Miller, but Batman, anything Batman, Bob Kane, Bill Finger, man. When you create a universe that leads to Batman the Animated Series, God, Batman, Dark Knight series, Batman movies, countless Batman movies. I mean, it's just endless. Every year, Batman Halloween 1 and 2. I mean, that list of Batman stuff is endless. I mean, even let me see if I can find y'all Hold on. I gotta go. You know what? Y'all give me a second. Because if I'm going to talk about this, I'm going to talk about it. I am back, y'all. This is Bob Kane and Bill Finger right here. Excuse me, Bob Kane and Bill Finger, the Dark Knight series right here. Without Bob Kane and Bill Finger, there is no Batman universe. And I do literally mean a universe. You know what I'm saying? I remember I heard how, okay, Bob Kane had the idea, but then Bill Finger came in there and drew the concept and made it look all awesomey. Then you had created more characters, Riddler, Joker, all these amazing villains. This whole universe just became massive. And now today, here we are. And it's so great to see that Bill Finger is finally getting his shine, because when he was alive, he did not get his shine. And that was a travesty right there. You know what I mean? It really infuriated me that actually happened. But, you know, DC did the right thing by honoring this man and giving him a puff for creating the greatest superhero. You know what I'm saying? I love Batman. What amazes me about when people do things like this is that how long of a legacy it becomes. This is timeless, man. The year's going to be 3099, and people are still going to talk about Batman as the greatest superhero of all time. The year's going to be 5099, and people are going to talk about Batman as that's 3,000 years, whatever, how many years, when I'm not here and all this, and I'm not here no more. It's the same thing I want to do with Karjakz Assassins. All these people that are on this list are amazing creators. What they have done is beyond belief. Like for example, I'm going to show y'all a poster of Batman drawing. I draw Batman. Let me see if I can find him. Look at this. This is my most recent Batman drawing right here. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't have drawn that if guys like Bill Finger and Bob Kane didn't create Batman. The Batman's first movie series, the one with Michael Keaton, the first two Batman and Batman Returns, that was off the chain. And then, of course, the Dark Knight series with Christian Bale, that's just off the chain. And then, of course, the new Batman with Robert Pattinson, that was really off the chain. Batman, man, this is just creating these amazing, incredible characters. It's just unbelievable that two people could come up with a universe this massive. I'm talking about, you got Joker, Riddler, Two-Face, Harvey, excuse me, I can't believe I almost said Two-Face twice. Ra's al Ghul. All these amazing characters in this universe, and this is what gave me the courage to create my universe. You know what I mean? I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do something incredible. There's no such thing as too many characters. It's how you make the characters be. That's what's important. And Bob Kane and Bill Finger, man, movies, animated movies, merchandising. These are all stuff that happen with every single person I'm lifting, even Marvel too, Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. You know what I'm saying? Of course, they may not have ownership of it, but they're the reason why all these things are available. They're the reasons why Blade is my favorite Marvel character. Iron Man is my second favorite Marvel character. You know what I'm saying? Wolverine's my third favorite Marvel character. There's a reason. Bob Kane and Bill Finger, the reason why Batman's my favorite Batman is my favorite DC character. You know what I'm saying? Batman's incredible. What I love about Batman is, yes, he's wealthy, but he's a grinder. He's a hard worker. It's like they created a dark hero that took his tragedy and turned it to something just inspirational. And also too, I heard that Batman came from watching Zorro, because Zorro came out of the cave on the horse, so Batman had the Batmobile. But Bob Kane and Bill Finger, man, with those two individuals, man, there would be none of this right here, man. Batman is just an incredible. It's a universe unto its own. It's just ridiculous. That's really, let's be honest about something. Batman has always been greater than Superman, because Superman has not been able to transition through time. Whereas Batman, whether it's 1960s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, 2020s, that way here now, he's always going to be around because people love Batman. You know what I'm saying? The Batman just came out last year, and there's going to be another one again. And when Robert Pattinson gets tired of playing Batman, they'll get somebody else to play Batman again. Batman ain't going nowhere. You know what I mean? So Bob Kane, Bill Finger, much props, rest in peace, man. Of course, the creators of Batman, Bob Kane and Bill Finger. So let's first show y'all Bob Kane. You're going to see the creators right there, you know what I'm saying? Because him and Bill Finger created Batman together. You know what I'm saying? Let's check that out. You know what I'm saying? That's Bob Kane right there. Now let's get y'all Bill Finger. Yeah, that's right. A lot of people don't know Bill Finger, man, was the dude. You know, it's about just time he got his just desserts. You know, history has been, it's not been right, man. But I'm grateful that Bill Finger finally got his just due, because that man was due. So people would know what the work he put in creating this character, man. It was a shame. It really is a shame. I gotta find his pic. There it goes. There's not much you can find, but you know what? That's Bill Finger right there, man. You know what I mean? It's this guy created a legendary character, the greatest superhero of all time. Him and Bob Kane were instrumental. They created that guy, and I'm so glad that movie that was on Hulu, or I can't remember what it was, but it showed it was about the creation of Batman and the real history of it. So I'm glad to see that Mr. Bill Finger is getting his just desserts, because he deserves all the glory that Batman has brought to this universe. So, you know what I'm saying? Next up, George Lucas. Oh yeah, you damn right George Lucas making this list. Are you kidding me? Star Wars? Star Wars is one of the single reasons why the whole Karjakz Assassin universe got created. I mean, this guy right here, his mind is unbelievable. And I hope one day I get to meet George Lucas, because I want to shake his hand and say, sir, I want to thank you for being so damn creative. This man by himself, single-handedly, you're in your school, I think he went to USC with Steven Spielberg, and he's like, you know what, I'm going to create something Star Wars. Not only did this man write it, he directed it, he motion pictured it, I mean, all kinds of stunts, all kinds of visual effects. I mean, this guy was just incredible. And that's the reason why I'm a one-man wrecking crew like the way I am. I write it, I direct it, I animate it, I draw it, I do all that stuff. I mean, George Lucas, man, I gotta find my Star Wars, my Darth Vader poster. Hold on, let me see if I can find this, y'all. I better be able to find this joker. Hold on, y'all. Here we go. I was like, look at this. He made me draw a Darth Vader with double lightsaber. I mean, Star Wars. I mean, let's list the movies. The first three, right? New Hope, the Star Wars, and then the next thing, Empire Strikes Back, the Return of the Jedi. Then you got Return of the Sith. I mean, and then there's the endless cartoons, Clone Wars. I mean, George Lucas' mind is just, and then the TV shows, Andor, which I just finished watching, Mandalorian, which I just watching, Boba Fett. I mean, it's just endless. I'm waiting for a Darth Vader movie. How about that? A Darth Vader TV series. I mean, it's just incredible. I mean, George Lucas's mind, and then the countless universes that are spawned from one concept. I mean, George Lucas is beyond belief incredible. Like I said, I can't wait to one day meet this guy, because I'm going to say, sir, I want to thank you for being so creative. It takes a lot of gumption, guts, courage to say, you know what? You may not believe in this idea, but I believe in it. You know what I mean? Like when he was trying to get funding for the movie, apparently he ran out of money, and the budget people told me he ran over. He's like, well, I don't care. You just like you give me more money or get the hell out of my way. You know what I mean? And apparently they decided, well, smart enough to give him money. Well, good luck. That was smart of you, because now he sold Star Wars Universe for $4.2 billion. $4.2 billion. You know what I mean? And he still has his hand in it, because he's got the different TV shows that come out. You can still see his name. George Lucas Unlimited, the sound system, the Skywalker sound system. His Skywalker sound system is actually in my car. I mean, this guy, incredible. He goes from making Star Wars movies, so now he's got sound. He's got his stereo system in people's cars. And then when you want to do a movie for the sound for your movie, you go to Marin County, California. He has his business there. This man has spawned a universe from a great single idea, Star Wars. And I would love to meet him, to ask him, sir, were you interested in sci-fi growing up? Did you watch whatever you watched? I don't know what he watched, but whatever he watched led to him creating this scientific, beautiful, endless, timeless, just unbelievably creative universe that led to what we're looking at today. I mean, do I have Darth Vader on here? Yeah, I do. See? Look, right there. Darth Vader in the corner. I know you can't see it, you know what I mean? But he's right there. Darth Vader. I mean, George Lucas is incredible. I don't know if one day hopefully there's going to be a pantheon of creative individuals, and I'm sorry, George Lucas is on there. I don't care where you want to put it, but he's going to be on there. That man is the truth in 2/4, man. George Lucas is unbelievable, because without him, we're talking about since 1976. and the year is 2022. So we're damn there 24 plus 22. That makes 46 years of a creation of a universe. 46 years, y'all. 46 years of Star Wars. That is incredible. I can't think of a year where there wasn't Star Wars. Whether it was a movie, a TV show, animated series, movie, TV show, animated series. It's not even so much repetitive. It's like new ideas keep being born. And yes, people are like, well, it's a money grab. Not necessarily. I mean, you got these movies like Rogue One. Because now they're trying to tell you the prequel stories before the Star Wars, before the first initial Star Wars, which is still blows my mind till today just watching those movies. Like, how in the hell did this man come up with this? It's incredible. Like I say, y'all, Star Wars, George Lucas, much respect, man, and I can't wait to meet this man one day. I'm speaking it into existence, and I want to sit down with this man and say, sir, how in the hell did you do all this right here, sir? So George Lucas, Star Wars, man. You know what I'm saying? The living legend. I got to show you the living legend, George Lucas, man. I mean, this man's the truth and the quarter. I cannot wait to meet this man one day. I'm going to be like, Mr. Lucas, how in the hell did you create Star Wars? Man, you know what I'm saying? George Lucas, really inspirational, man. This guy inspires me. Next up, Thundercats. Created by Arthur Rankin Jr. and Jules Bass. These two dudes decided to come together to form an incredible team, a production company called Rankin and Bass, to create one of the greatest cartoons ever made, Thundercats. But also, they also created Silverhawks. A lot of people don't know that. Thundercats, man. Yeah, that's right. Lionel, Panthro, Chitara, Tigra, Snuff, Thunder Tank, The Mutants, Mamra, Slive, Monkey, Jackalman, Voltron. Jackalman. I can't believe I just said Voltron. Jackalman. I mean, these guys were incredible. Not only were they both artists, but they were both directors. And as you can see when you read the credits, you see their names. I mean, let's go through this old school. And I got the old school DVD collection, which I got for Christmas. I've had these for probably, God knows, 15 years now, because my family knows I love cartoons. And they got me the entire collection set, Volume 1 and Volume 2. So Volume 1 right here, Volume 2 right here. I mean, look at this old school, man. I mean, this is sick. You ain't gonna see this no more, man. This is the collection right here. Lionel, Chitara, Panthro, Tigra, Wily Kid, Wilcats, Snarf. And you flip it to the back, man. I mean, this is one of the greatest cartoons ever. And what I really loved about this cartoon is that it was Japanese style. Yeah, I'm over here losing cards and stuff, y'all. It was Japanese style, y'all. I mean, this was sick with it. I mean, Arthur Rankin and Jules Bass, these guys went to work, man. I mean, they created a cult classic. I mean, this thing is going to live forever. Yeah, they tried to make it in 2011, 2020, 10, but it just wasn't as awesome as this. When you create something golden like this, eternal, it's just best to just leave it alone. But this was incredible. I mean, look at this, man. This is a DVD collection you ain't going to see nowhere. I mean, and just to let you know, because I want to open up the one where it's the first episode, Exodus, when Thunder explodes and it blows up. This is the DVD collection. You see it. I mean, it's ridiculous, y'all. And then, of course, the cartoon intro itself. It's just the sickest thing you've ever seen. I mean, these two gentlemen were incredible. They formed their own production company, and they work with Japanese artists. And like I said about the Japanese part, what drew me to it mostly when I'm reading the credits, that's why Karjakz Assassin looks the way it looks, because the influence. I mean, Thundercats probably has the greatest cartoon intro I've ever seen in my life, except for the one I'm going to create for Thundercats. I mean, this cartoon is just off the chain. And not to mention, they also did Silverhawks too. No wonder why Silverhawks was so good. You had the Silver, the Copper Kid, the Leader, Monstar. I mean, Silverhawks was off the chain, but I got to show y'all. I'm going to show y'all Thundercats, and then I'm going to show y'all Silverhawks. I mean, these two gentlemen, man, Arthur Rankin Jr. and Jules Bass, these guys were incredible. There's nothing that's ever going to touch Thundercats. I don't care. There's nothing out there right now that will ever touch it. There's nothing going. I got to show it to y'all, man. Let me see it. Let's find Thundercats first of all. I mean, Thundercats off the chain. Oh my God, this cartoon was great. Look at me over getting commercials from YouTube. That's what happens when you try to get something and you got to look somewhere else to find it, man. Man, ain't nobody trying to hear all this YouTube nonsense. Just skip straight to my Thundercats, man. Seriously. There we go. For y'all young whippersnappers who don't know nothing about no Thundercats, you're about to know. There we go. Man, that's when cartoons was cartoons.
Thundercats!
Thundercats are on the loose. Thundercats are loose. Here we go. Thundercats are loose. Thundercats. I mean, this is incredible. This intro is so sick. Unbelievable. I mean, it's hard to believe this was 1980s. You tell me what you watch now today that can even come close to what these guys have created. Arthur Rankin Jr. and Jules Bass. Nothing can touch this. Are you kidding me? Now let me show y'all Silverhawks just to finish it off. I mean, these guys, they inspired Karjakz for Assassins, man. I mean, they made me be like, okay, I can do an amazing job. I gotta find Silverhawks. Where they at, man? Where they at? Where the Silverhawks at? Come on, there we go. All right. Yeah, that's right. A lot of people don't know they also did Silverhawks too. These guys went to work. Look at this. Man, now that right there is Jules Bass and Arthur Rankin Jr. They not only did they have one cult classic, Thundercats, they had a second one, Silverhawks. A lot of people don't know, man. Silverhawks was a golden jewel. That cartoon was off the chain. I think it was one season. I think about 26 episodes. I'm not sure, but Thundercats, man, one of the greatest cartoons ever made. The intro itself is off the chain. The production, it was Japanese style. The storyline, 60 episodes in season 1, 60 episodes in season 2. You ain't never, ever gonna see that again. That's like 12 seasons in this era, man. So they took 12 seasons and threw it in 2 seasons from back in the day. I mean, that's another thing about cartoons. They're not like what they used to be, where the seasons were long, where they have all these multiple episodes and the storylines are conjunction together. It's just these two gentlemen, Arthur Rankin Jr. and Jules Bass, they are just legends of unbelievable pantheons, man. I gotta Google them for y'all so y'all can see what these dudes look like. I mean, a lot of you young whippersnappers don't know nothing about no Thundercats and about no just great, awesome cartoons. Let me type these guys in, man. Whoever comes up first, the first one I'm gonna find. Let's go. Come on, man. Let's see here. So this is Jules Bass, right? Thundercats, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm going to find Arthur Rankin Then I'm going to find one with a picture with both of them in it, because I want y'all to see both of them, because these two gentlemen, man, they inspired me, man, with Thundercats, with my Karjakz Assassin universe. I mean, they gave me as Arthur Rankin Jr. right here. And you don't realize what these two gentlemen did. I mean, these guys were, whew, man. Now let me, it's Arthur Rankin Jr. right here. You know what I mean? Right? Now let me show y'all both of them together. You know what I'm saying? Because these two dudes, man, oh my God. Man, they just... They changed the game, man. I mean, they didn't just create a cult classic. I mean, talking about the Thunder Tank, Panthro, Shitara, Lionel, Jaga, Tigera, Wily Kid, Wily Cat. I mean, God, it was just insane what these two cats pulled off. That's them dudes right there, joining forces right there, man. There go them legends right there, man. Man, these dudes right there, they inspired so many creators, man. I mean, these guys, just straight off the chain. You ain't never going to see anything like this again. And just to top it off, just to pay homage, you know I had to create a poster when I at the shows. Shoot. Look at that shit. Look at that, man. Man, Thundercats. And yeah, y'all thought I was playing games. I'm not playing. I'm actually going to go bring y'all the Thunder Tank. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's right. Y'all thought I was playing, huh? The Thunder Tank. I'm going to give y'all a 360. Let y'all see it. And when I get my money, I don't want a Lamborghini. I'm going to go get the Thunder Tank made. This is how you pay homage right here, man. You make the Thunder Tank if you can't find it. Look at it with the opening trunk. Man, that's so sick with it. With the teeth and the claw and everything. And just so y'all can get it, so that way you really see for real. I mean, yeah, you thought I was playing, huh? Man, that's right. I made the Thunder Tank in school. That's how much I love the Thundercats. I even got the sword too. You know what I'm saying? I got it wrapped up in bubble wrap, so I'm not even going to bother trying to bring that to show to y'all. But Thundercats, man. Arthur Rankin Jr., Jules Bass, these two creators are legends of legends. I mean, they just inspired me to make Karjakz Assassin the best they can be. So, you know what I'm saying? That's where it's at with that, man. Dang, those two are just legends. Next up, Thomas Washington, who created the Goofy movie. I knew there was a reason why I liked that movie. Thomas Washington was actually an African-American. He's the first African-American to be the president of Disney, which was incredible for that time. 1995, this man, I believe, was the date. He was president of Disney. And he decided we need to create an awesome animated series called Goofy Movie. How many times have I watched Goofy Movie? I don't know. I've lost count. I am sure it's over 25 times. That movie, let me see right here. In fact, I'm actually Googling Goofy Movie for y'all right now. You know what I mean? So y'all know what I'm talking about. Let's see here, we got Goofy Movie. What up, y'all? I'm there we go. That's the Goofy Movie, y'all. If you've never seen it, you need to put it on your bucket list and commence to watching. Thomas Washington. Yes, even though they don't say it, but we all know Thomas Washington had his hands in creating that Joker. You know what I mean? He was the head of Disney. And I mean, this guy was a creative individual. He went to collected his degree from, I believe, a university in New York. I'm not sure which school. But upon that, it was accidental, too, that he became the president of Disney. I guess they had chosen two names, but they didn't know who was who. So he became the president. They looked at him like, huh? You're the president? Yeah, I'm the president now. And he brought and I only know about this because I watched Atlanta, and there was an episode about him, one of the last episodes on Atlanta, the awesome Atlanta TV series, which is now over with. But they talked about him as a creator and how he was so influential, how Disney is today. And I would love to see Disney actually pay homage to this man and give him his props for what he did. And the cartoon Goofy movie was incredible because at the time, like the way the character was drawn, Goofy was sort of a stereotype character, not drawn with any kind of intelligence. And so he decided to kind of change that narrative, and he made it. He made. Let me see if I can find. He made it possible that the character wouldn't be seen. Hold on. Let's see here. I'm trying to find. Here we go. Yo, I'm trying to find the picture, man, of Thomas Watson so you can see him. Come on. Come on, I'm trying to find him, y'all. I can't believe this picture isn't coming up. This is disgraceful. You know what? Forget this. How about I find something else? But he's the reason why Disney is the way it is now today. His creativity, his mind, his spirit, what he wanted to, what he envisioned. Here we go. Thomas Washington. That's him right there. That brother changed the game, man. I mean, he inspired now what I've created for my universe, Cards of Assassins. I mean, this guy had vision. He felt like there was a giant void and he was hell-bent on filling it. And he did. In the little time that he was present, a lot of things changed. Yes, he ruffled a lot of feathers, but hey, you're not going to get anywhere if you don't ruffle feathers and change the way things are, because people are too comfortable with what they see all the time. What you have to do is make them see something else so that something else they see can be accepted. And that's what he did. Without guys like this, there wouldn't be no there wouldn't be no me. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't have guys like Dwayne Mcduffie. You know what I'm saying? You just wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? It's just ridiculous. I mean, he was an amazing person. Even though, like I said, the one thing I know him for is the Goofy movie, but that Goofy movie, it resonated with me so much that I was like, oh my God. I kept on watching it and watching it and watching it and watching it over and over again. Like I said, Thomas Washington, rest in peace, man. This guy's creativity was beyond belief. He was such a gifted artist, gifted in the mind, gifted in creativity. It led to where Disney is now. A lot of the cartoons you watch on Disney today, especially particularly the ones in the 90s into the early 2000s, most of the ideas came from him. I mean, he's not around, but you can tell that the influence is there, whether they want to admit it or not. I mean, I think it's incumbent on companies to start appreciating his creators, whether it's just the guy that's just the animator or just the person that's the penciler or the inker or whatever. But when somebody that's great is within your facility, pay homage to them. So I look forward to Disney paying homage to this man, because Thomas Washington was making this list. Creators of art, C.O.A. Incredible individuals, incredible, an incredible mind, man. You know what I mean? And to achieve something like that, your mind has to be. If I heard some story about how when he first got chosen into school, he had already created his own animated sequence. So by the time he got to the interview, it was like, boom, he got the job. That's when you know you're great, man. And so that's what I've taken to the Cards of Assassins universe, to believe in myself, to not let no one stand in my path, period. Get it done, get it going forward. So rest in peace, Thomas Washington, man. Goofy Me was amazing. Next up, Jim Lee. Yes, if you've ever watched Wilcats, please tell me you've watched Wilcats. Yep, that was Jim Lee. Wilcats, Nerves of Steel. Wilcats, here's the deal. That's Jim Lee right there. And also, too, not only did he do Wilcats, which was his own creation, which was unheard of. It was in the 1990s. I believe it was in 1996, one season. One season? I'm sorry, I don't care if it's one episode. That's an amazing achievement. He worked with, I think, these guys from Image Comics. They joined forces or something. But he had his own animated series. You know how cool that is? Spartan, Grifter, Maul, Voodoo, Zealot, Warblade. And then, of course, the Daemonites. Oh my God, I can't remember the Daemonites' name, but I just know they're called the Daemonites. You know what I mean? I mean, this guy, let me see. Hold on, y'all. That's right. Jim Lee. You can see the name right there. Jim Lee on top, right there. Y'all see it? Jim Lee. You know what I mean? Yes, he worked on Fantastic Four. He worked for Marvel for a little bit. But I think also, too, now he's like the president of he's some kind of in charge position where he's in charge of creativity in terms of the characters or whatever for DC Comics. But I'm gonna pull him up on my comic on my Google. You know what I mean? Let y'all see this man. For those of you who don't know who Jim Lee is, which is shocking, which is really embarrassing to be honest with y'all. It's crazy how people don't know history nowadays. Let's see, Jim Lee. Yep, there he is right there, man. This guy inspired me, man. I mean, it's crazy. He did Superman. He's drawn Batman, Green Lantern, John Stewart. God, I'm trying to think who else. See, that's Jim Lee right there, y'all. You know what I mean? And I will be honest with y'all. What impresses me is the fact that to have somebody who isn't Eurocentric doing something. Because too often we think that the only people that are creating these amazing universes are only Eurocentric guys, only Caucasians. No. You've got Asian people doing amazing things. You got Koreans, Vietnamese, Japanese, myself. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it just gave me a list of another person I got to add to this list. I mean, Jim Lee has done amazing things. Like, hold on, y'all. I'm going to get Wilcats so y'all can see this thing. Yo, I'm gonna look for Wilcats, y'all. I'm looking for it for y'all, so y'all can see it, so y'all can know what I'm talking about. Cause some of y'all don't know what's up, but you're about to. Yeah, that's right. That's Wilcats right there. Nerves of steel. Here's the deal. You know what I'm saying? That's Wilcats right there, man. Jim Lee, are you kidding me? This dude, man. This dude created some of the He created like. God, his drawing skills are off the chain. That's really what impressed me about this guy. Now, this guy's probably the one guy out of all these creators, his drawing skills is off the chain. His drawing skills, like, he made me want to be not just a great creator, but a great drawer. You know what I mean? Jim Lee off the chain. Let me see if I can find it. I'm going to find the Wilcats animated series on my YouTube channel because it's one of my favorites. Jim Lee's drawing skills is off the chain. I mean, this man was hired to work for Marvel and DC alike. I don't know where else he's worked, but his drawing skills, his creative mind, the ability to take a pencil or whatever he uses to create his creations and put it on paper and it's game over. I mean, his pencil game was off the chain. Let me see if I can find this. Hold on, y'all. I'm about to find this. Let me see if I can find it. Where is it? Wilcats, Nerves of Steel. Here's the deal. Better watch out. Wilcats. We're breaking people. We got invisible power. Hold on, y'all. Y'all see that? Yeah, that's Jim Lee right there. That's what Jim Lee did right there. Can you imagine that? I wonder what it was like for him as a kid, imagining growing up. You know what? I'm going to create my own superheroes. And not only does he create it, but he manifests this into an animated series. This cartoon was done in 1996, 1997. Yeah, I know that's a long time ago, but I still watch it. 13 episodes of awesomeness. This guy, Jim Lee, inspired me to create this Karjakz Assassin universe and say, take no prisoners, make no apologies for what you create, and go about your business and do how you do. I mean, I can't wait to meet this guy one day and say, hey, Mr. Jim Lee, I just want to thank you for being the creative, talented drawing artist that you are and keeping an independent mind while working at the conference or whatever conference you were working in. Because without guys like this, man, Karjakz Assassins wouldn't be something I had the courage to create, man. Because looking at guys like this, him, Todd, Mcfarland, the independent mind, but still wanting to have their own creation. I mean, not too many artists that work for these companies, whether it's Marvel or DC, have their own animated series, have their own characters that are separate and legendary. Like Grifter is now part of DC. You know what I mean? But that's Jim Lee's character. You know what I mean? Zealot is not part of DC. That's Jim Lee's character. Voodoo, Maul, Spartan, Void, you know what I'm saying? The Daemonites, Warblade, they're all part of DC, but that's all his job. And now he's also the president of DC. He's a leading he has a leading position in terms of, I'm not sure in the creative field or whatever it might be, but he's the leader there. I mean, this guy is incredible, and that's how I'm going to be. But not only do I want to just lead, I want to actually own my own company, which led to me creating Silence Vision, which is now officially a trademarked company. So y'all, the kid is on the come up, man. So Jim Lee, man, was next on this list. Can't believe it. Jim Lee, unbelievably creative. Next up, Todd McFarlane, Spawn. Need I say more? You know I'm about to go look for this drawing, y'all. Y'all give me a second to look for this Joker. Man, let me look for Spawn for y'all. Violator, the movie. Todd McFarlane. He's worked for DC. He's worked for Marvel. But he's also retained his independence too. That's what I love about this guy. That's Spawn right there. And the question I've always wanted to ask him, what made you make Spawn a brother? That's what I really want to know. I ain't gonna lie about that. Yeah, I'm not afraid to say it. Yeah, I said it. I wanted to know, what made you decide that Spawn should be a brother? That's the question I'd have to ask for Todd McFarlane. I mean, Todd McFarlane, this guy's creative mind. I've never met him, but like Jim Lee, I want to meet him because he got drawing skills, man. See, that's the thing I love most about Todd McFarlane and Jim Lee, is their drawing skills is off the chain. You know what I mean? Let me show y'all Todd McFarlane for y'all Thundercats who don't know who's who, because it's a shame that y'all don't know who Todd McFarlane is. You know Spawn, but you don't know who Todd McFarlane is. That's a shame right there. Yes, and he's from Canada, if you're wondering. He hails from Canada, but he came all over to America to kick y'all, you know what. Yeah, Todd McFarlane, he's the man, dude. Man, that dude is truth in 2 quarters. Let me show y'all Todd McFarlane. That's Todd McFarlane right there. You see here. There we go. That's Todd McFarlane, the creator of Spawn. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, when I meet him, I'm going to ask him, Mr. Todd McFarlane, what made you make Spawn a brother? That's what I want to know. You know what I mean? And maybe he thought there wasn't enough African-American superheroes. That's probably what it was. I don't know what the answer is, but I know when I meet him, I'm going to say, sir, first of all, I want to thank you for having great skills, drawing skills, and being an independent mind thinking. Yes, I know you work for Marvel and DC and all these other places, but you still had your independent mind, because from the little I've read about him, he stresses independence. He stresses being your own creator. He stresses never giving up your mind, your spirit, your creative spirit to any of these companies that you might work for. And I think I heard something about said one of his biggest regrets was working for companies, which seems to make a lot of sense to me, because that's the approach I take to my Karjakz Assassin universe. I'm going to be my own independent company. Silence Vision one day is going to become as great, if not greater, than Marvel, than DC, or any other company that is doing this animation comic stuff. Why should I go relegate myself to somebody when I could do my own thing? I mean, Todd McFarlane, movies of Spawn have been done. HBO animated series has been done. I'm waiting for the reboot of Spawn, because in this age of technology and all this technology, there is no reason why we can't get another great Spawn movie. And yes, get Michael J. White to do it. That brother's in shape. You know what I'm saying? You see how the brother take care of himself. And while you're at it, get John Nicholas to come back and play Violator. Shoot, they're not too old. I'm sorry, age ain't nothing but a number, man. These guys keep themselves right. You know, have you seen John Leguizamo lately? He looks good, man. Get that brother, get him playing with Violator again. And with all this technology and storylines and these great stories, write another great story again. Because I was shocked that another small movie wasn't made. But it is what it is. You know how Hollywood is. If they don't see the box office numbers, they think that's all that matters. And so I'm sorry, box office number is not the only reason why a movie is great. You know what I mean? But Todd McFarlane, I mean, he worked on Venom. He worked on I'm trying to think what else he worked on. He worked on Spiderman. Like I know he worked on. I think he worked on the Hulk too. He did a lot of Marvel stuff. That much I do know. And did a lot of Spider-Man stuff too, which is mostly what I see on his bio, as you can see right here. That's most of his bio right there. You can see. You know what I mean? That's the stuff he did. Of course, you can see Spawn right there. You know what I mean? But Todd McFarlane, like he made me want to be like, whoa. I gotta get down with this stuff right here. This is what I'm talking about right here. So he's an incredible creator, but not only that, his drawing skills. And I think that's what makes me, whether it's Jim Lee or Todd McFarlane or Jack King Kirby, their drawing skills is off the chain. You know what I mean? It's the ability to create, but also to put that pencil to that paper and create something illustrious, unbelievable out of thin air, man. So Todd McFarlane, off the chain. Spawn, man, and all the other various things. About Spawn is the main thing he's known for, you know what I mean? So much respect to Todd McFarlane. Hopefully I get to meet him one day, man. I'm manifesting that into the universe, and I mean it. I'm really gonna ask him, sir, what made you turn Spawn? What made you make Spawn into a brother? That's what I want to know. You know what I mean? He's probably gonna fall over the chair and laugh, man. You know what I mean? Next up, Boondocks. Yeah, that's right. Let me type this in so I can show y'all who created this Joker. Boondocks, big time on Cartoon Network from back in the day. If y'all don't know, Boondocks. It was an animated sitcom. It lasted 4 seasons. Let me see here, and it was created by yours truly. Let me see here. I'm going to give you his name. Let's see here. Hold on, y'all. I know a lot of y'all know Boondocks. Let's see here. The creator of Boondocks. Hold on. Oh, man. I can't believe this is happening. Hold on, y'all. It just came into my head and I felt the need to talk about Boondocks. Hold on. Boondocks creator. There you go. That's what I wanted. All right, so y'all. So the creator of Boondocks is Aaron McGruder. Aaron McGruder is the creator of Boondocks. I mean, this was the first time I've ever actually seen a brother be in charge of an anime series on a major network. You know how much of an achievement that was? Like, Aaron McGruder did something that I had never seen before. I was like, you got to be kidding me. Look at me taking notes. He created Boondocks and went for 4 seasons, which is unheard of. It wasn't your typical stupid comedy like this cheesy garbage. Yes, they used profanity in it. Yes, it was like serious and comedy at the same time too. And my question, if I ever met him, was, what is this? Is this something you grew up as? Did you see this lifestyle? Because the show was off the chain. Regina King was on there. You know, if Regina King is on something, you know that's gonna be straight fire. You know what I mean? I till today, I'm like, oh, hold on, y'all. I'm gonna type this in. You know what? I gotta show y'all who this person is so y'all can see it. So y'all can see who this is, so you can know who Aaron McGruder is. He's a creator, and from my understanding, he's an incredible illustrator too. Draws, man. This man got skills, man. And yeah, he getting them residuals. Don't hate, congratulate. That's right. Ain't nothing wrong with a residual, man. I mean, I almost forgot him off this list. That's what happens when you have so many creative individuals. But what he did is to help me show that, yes, you can pick people that look like you on a TV show, on a platform, and people are going to accept it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, hold on, y'all. I'm typing it in so y'all can see him. Here we go. That's Aaron McGruder. Yep. Another brother doing an amazing thing. You know what I mean? I mean, that inspired, even though it's not an action cartoon like Karjakz Assassins, but just the mere fact of seeing something like that. You know what I mean? Which was unheard of. Let me type in Boondocks so y'all can see what's up. Boondocks. Y'all can see what's up. Y'all can see how this show was amazing. And I'm pretty sure you can find skits of it on, on wherever you watch cartoons. That's Boondocks right there. That's the cover. That's one of the covers right there. I'm gonna show you another one. The whole cast of characters. It was off the chain, man. Man, that show was off the chain. Ah, here we go. Boondocks, raw and uncut, baby. There you go. You know what I mean? I'm sure you can find it on Amazon Prime or rent it or something, man. You know what I mean? Or just plain own it. I mean, Boondocks was off the chain, and it was like surreal and real at the same time. And like, sure, most of us watching, like, is this really happening? They're actually cussing? Oh, this is awesome. I know that's what I used to say. I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. I like the fact that they're cussing. I love this. You know what I mean? And it was just so blunt and so unapologetically great, like unapologetically, like, yo, this is what we're giving you, take it or leave it, I don't care. You know what I mean? I mean, this is one hell of a contribution, because without stuff like that, the Karjakz Assassin universe, or what Dwayne Mcduffie's done, or what Thomas Washington did, or any of these other individuals, where was George Lucas, these people always open doors directly or indirectly for others, people like me. And that's what I'm going to do with the Karjakz Assassin universe. It's a pipeline that's getting built by individuals who keep just adding to the pipeline. Like, they don't intentionally try to add to the pipeline, but by being so creative, they add into the pipeline. So whether it's Aaron McGruder, or Todd McFarland, or Thomas Washington, or Arthur Rankin Jr., or Bob Kane and Bill Finger, or Jack Kirby and Stan Lee, or Dwayne Mcduffie, or myself, they individually just doing these amazing things. So Aaron McGruder, Boondocks, much respect, man. You know what I'm saying? Much respect, man. Next up is a good friend of mine who went to school at Long Beach City College. He's a graphic artist. He was a comic artist. He always wanted his own animations. He passed away in June of earlier this year, and I've had to like come to grips with it. And I would have never even known if my mentor, Larry White, who's been on the show several times, didn't tell me about it. I mean, it kind of like hit me from left wing, man. I just kind of like, he's not even so much on this list of honorable mention. I just feel like I need to talk about him as a creative, because that's what he was. This guy was incredibly talented. He was a good human being, first and foremost, caring individual, gave a damn about people. He was like my brother, man. I mean, this dude was like my brother. That's literally how I treated him, like my brother. You know what I mean? Great human being. He passed away. He passed away from cancer, which is why cancer needs to be cured, because there's too many people live in this world not being able to be cured from it. He was a strong individual, had a creative mind, had big time goals and big time ambitions, from the comic book to having an animation series, to his own business. I mean, drew Power Rangers. He worked with some of the people that are on Power Rangers. I mean, this guy was an incredible character. And if his website, his Instagram, first of all, is Armory. You know what I mean? You'll be able to find him on Instagram. Either AveryMitchell or Armory, you'll be able to find it there. I think his family still keeping things up. And then there's also his website, armory.com. Let me see if I can find it. You know what I mean? Let me see if I can find it. Armory.com. The Armory. Just when you need a website to work, it never works. But if you go on Instagram, which I'm trying to pick up, you just type in Armory. I mean, he's AveryMitchell on Instagram. I mean, prior to his passing, man he had a lot of followers, man. And his talent, there was always something getting drawn, and he had a way of drawing things would look silhouette-ish, man. I mean, we went to Long Beach College, like I said, and I used to make this joke when he was alive, like, they're gonna put us in the Hall of Fame one day, man, at Long Beach College. And I hope to one day get big enough to where I can manifest that into reality, because one of us has got to continue this tradition. We used to be like, we're gonna have our own cartoon series one day, each one of us gonna have our own thing, we're gonna be balling, cats gonna know our name. And I was just like, what? When Larry White told me, and it's not intent to make the show, this episode Saturday, but I felt like I need to touch on this because it's my way of dealing with it, because it's still unreal to me that he's actually not around anymore, that he's just gone. He's with the ancestors, and I had to talk about it. And it feels good being able to meet it head up. It's just something I want to do, because for me, as far as creators, I've had him on the show multiple times. He was on episode number 8, and also I believe episode number 28. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's one of the first people I wanted to interview when I started my podcast. He was more than happy to come on the show, so his spirit will live forever. You know what I'm saying? As long as I'm doing this, he's living. You know what I mean? But this guy was an incredible artist. I'm gonna try to type it in again. Shoot, I might as well. Let's see here. Armory. But you know, I can't seem to find anything. But if you go on Instagram, it's always when you need something this important, it doesn't pull up. I keep it 100 with y'all. I'm over here trying to look for this dude. I'm trying to let's see if I can find it. Oh, Here we go. Yes. This is some of his works right here. Yeah, Avery had skills, man. I mean, this brother was a visionary. I remember when he was in school, he was trying to create his own characters. He wasn't even trying. He did create his own characters. What am I talking about? He was over there. He had big time ambitions, man. Let me see what else. Let me see what else I can find here. But if you go to Instagram, man, AveryMitchell, I had to put him on this list. He's beyond just an honorable mention. He was going to be here regardless one day if he had been alive. Like, he would have been that great. He is that great. He's a great human being. You can find his stuff on Facebook, whether it's through Armory or through AveryMitchell on Instagram. You can't miss it. His artwork is it's pretty much distinct. There's no way you miss it. This is more of his stuff. Shoot, what am I talking about? Here we go. This is more of his stuff right here. He just had a way with the drawing, man. He did his own thing, and he did it well, and he did it great too. So AveryMitchell, man, rest in peace, brother. That's Blue Marvel he just drew right there, you know what I mean? So, man, I had to get that off my chest. Now, last but not least, me. That's right, creators of art. I believe in myself. That's why I put myself on this list. Karjakz for Assassins is something, not only is it necessary, it is needed. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a void in this animation universe, and I'm hell-bent on filling it. I can't speak for any other artist, but I can speak for me. I remember creating these characters, and let me bust out this comic book. All variations of it. And then I'm going to show you the cartoon intro. You know what I'm saying? When I created this, I had no idea that I was going to come this far. Lead to sweaters, beanies, all this kind of stuff. Like, I just kept on going. But what really was driving me was, I would growing up watching cartoons, and I would see nothing that looked like me. But it wasn't about race. I was just like, it's a lack of representation. I'm past that point where things are about race. Forget all that. I'm about, does something look like me or does it not look like me? And if it doesn't look like me, what am I going to do about it? I'm not going to complain about it. How about I just draw characters and create something that looks like it? And sure enough, I did. Karjakz for Assassins. The first official poster that I ever printed, the first thing I ever printed was on October 19, 2012. You know what I'm saying? I went to FedEx Kinko's. I had nothing left but $65 on my debit card. And I remember paying for the poster, and the gentleman says, $65.37. I'm like, oh God, sir, I only have $65. He's like, son, I'm gonna let you slide on that 37 cents. I'm like, thank you, sir. And I printed it. I had no money. I didn't pay my bills. I printed a poster, which led to all this right here. Because I believe that when I printed that poster, the energy of the universe was only going to expand. And what did it do? Yes, it did. Led to this version. Book 2, the second version of the book. You know, I created another version. Updating the character, you can see the difference between version 1 of the characters, version 2, 3, and 4. And then it got to this, version 5. And when I got to this is when I realized, okay, now we're doing something. Now we're starting to reach to another level. And then I said, you know what? It was time to create the first official Karjakz for Assassins biobook. And I said, you know what? I might as well go learn a lot of things in school. So I went to Long Beach City College, which is where I met my homie, rest in peace, AveryMitchell, where we start to learn how to become artists and start to draw. You know what I'm saying? And I said, I'm going to have my own animation series one day, man. And I just started learning how to create websites, learn how to animate, not wanting to be delayed by anybody. Because the thing about a dream like this is that people get in your way. And whether it's George Lucas or Stan Lee or Dwayne Mcduffie or none of these, or Todd Mcfarland, Jim Lee, all these great, amazing characters, and McGruder, they'll tell you there's always some a-hole trying to get in your way of what this dream is, instead of being the person that has a vision, say this is a great idea, but they have to get in your way. It's like, screw you, you're not going to get in my, you're not going to slow me down. I don't even let banks slow me down. Like, I can't tell you how many banks I've went to and tried to get funding for this idea, and they wouldn't give me the money. I'm like, screw you. I'll work. I'll drive Uber. I'll drive Lyft. I'll work at Amazon.com. I've done all kinds of jobs, y'all, and all just to get this dream off the ground. And look at me now. Animation series. I got my own clothing line. I got my own footwear. I got my own company now. I mean, I've done it all on my own. Asha Batas, Sanusi Vision, Karjakz for Assassins, This all lets me just believing in this idea that I created, man. You know what I'm saying? You have to believe in yourself, right? And that's why I'm on this list. Aside from my drawing skills, my creative mind, my ability to just construct ideas from originality. No, like, oh, I want to do what somebody else did. Look at the top banner right there. Those are all my characters right there. You know what I'm saying? Originality, Cajun, Sun Tzu, Excursion. You know what I'm saying? Kanji, Shepherd, Escalade, Glocks, Rasputin. I was like, I'm gonna create my own characters. You know what I mean? I mean, look at this. This is what came out of my mind. This right here. And then I got a new Bible book coming. And wait till y'all see that one. That's going to be fire. Look at this. Cajun. Karjakz right there, the heroes. Cajun right there. That's my character. Escalade. That's my sister's character. Glocks. That's my other brother's character. Rasputin. That's my other brother's character. I got two brothers and a sister. Diesel, my big brother. You know what I'm saying? He's a good friend of mine, but I call him my big brother. Cynthia, my dream girl right there. You know what I'm saying? She's doing her thing. That's the kind of woman I'm looking for in this world right here. Shepherd, my best friend right there. You know what I'm saying? And then you got assassins right here, man. The villains, man, led by Sun Tzu right there. Artillery, his general. Excursion, third in command. You know what I'm saying? Kanji, Revo. You know what I'm saying? Snipes, Yukon, the Coyotes, and of course a picture of me. And I told myself I can do this, man. And I stopped waiting for you to give me permission to pursue this dream. Like George Lucas, I was just gonna be arrogant as hell. Either you with it or you not with it. Get the hell out the way if you ain't with it. And that's what I did, man. Being a creator of art means trusting in your vision and trusting in yourself. I said, I can do this, man. Without, like, right now as I'm speaking, I'm working on another version of the animated series intro. I've gotten so good at animating. I'm not waiting on anybody to do it. Now I'm going to comic expos. People are like, who are these characters? They call the Karjakz Assassins. And I remember going to this my last art show, which was my first show in 3 years, Los Angeles Comic Con. And these people were like, man, what are these characters? I said, just to let you know, these characters right here, Karjakz Assassins, you know what I'm saying? The first official comic book is coming out next year. Now, this guy here is a bio book, which is available on soundvision.com if you want this right here. But the first official comic book is coming out next year, y'all. It's going to be fire. It's a game changer. I'm talking about it's going to rock the animation comic world. It's going to change things. It's going to force all these jerks that they want to give me funding to beg me to take their money. And guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to tell them, go kick rocks. Go to hell. I don't need your damn money. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're pursuing a dream, you can't make blind people see greatness. Either you can see it or you can't, man. And this right here is as great as it gets. You know what I'm saying? This right here is going to be like the X-Men, the Avengers, Thundercats, Spawn, Voltron, Wilcats, anything great you've ever seen. That's what this is going to be right here. It's going to the top of the mountain, man. I'm planning on creating the greatest cartoon ever made. These characters are incredible. And people would be at the show like, whoa, explain, give me a breakdown so I would. And I'll be selling these bio books. You know what I'm saying? I tell people, look, it's important that you have this book right here because it's the character profile so that when the official comic book comes out next year, you know what's up. You know what I mean? And I'm going to show y'all hold on a quick sec so I can show y'all the story. Yeah. This right here, y'all. Yep. This is the poster that I'm talking about. I went to FedEx Kinko's, and the guy says, you can see the date right there. You know what I mean? That's the date right there, if you can see it. Date right there, you can see it. And I signed it. And the guy said, I said, man, I only got $65 on my debit card. He said, well, son, your total is $65.37. And let me slide on that 37 cents. I ain't never going to forget it, man. You know what I mean? And I printed this. This is all I had. I said, and I wrote a note to myself, this is just, as y'all can see, I said, this is only the beginning of this great universe. I told myself that, and it was. Look at me. Look at how far I've come. I didn't used to have all this, man. Now I got all this. This is what happens when you believe in yourself. Being a creator of art, not being limited by people's limits. Let them limit themselves. Don't let them limit you. You know what I mean? You have to believe in yourself, man. And that's what led to me. I believed in myself so much that I created my own animated intro in school. Even though I didn't know what I was doing, I said, I love animation. I want to know how it's done, from the frames to the sequence. And now I'm on my computer every Wednesday practicing animation because my animation intro is coming. It's going to be fire. And one day, and I've always been infatuated with like Japanese style cartoons. You know what I mean? Like Technoman is another honorable mention that I should have brought up. But I'm bringing it up now. Probably I have another episode and I'll bring it up again. But Technoman is another great one. Because I loved it because of the robotics. But I feel like having Iron Man kind of represented Technoman. But Technoman, like for example, this is the anime series right there, intro right here. This is the classic. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna play for y'all. Look at this. This is the cartoon intro right here. And that's what I did right there. I even did a comic style intro. You know what I mean? I even did a comic style intro. Check this out, y'all. I did that too. I mean, I said to myself, you know what? I can make this happen. So I did. Tell a story. Using like comic style, script style. And people love this. You can see it on my YouTube channel, you can see it on my Instagram, TikTok, all these various social media platforms. You gotta believe in yourself, man. And when you do, great things happen. Yeah, that's a commercial. That's YouTube when using it. I even made the beats, y'all. And that's just the first version of this cartoon intro. Wait till you see the next one I got coming. It's going to be fire, y'all. Like, being a creative art means believing in yourself. That's first and foremost. Because that spirit comes from you, within you. And you can't allow anybody, and I mean not anybody, not family members, not so-called friends. They're not your friends if they don't believe in what you're doing. Get them up out your spot. Get them up out of your life and find people that actually want to see you be successful. You know what I'm saying? Pull your mind, pull your spirit, and join it together, and then force your body to do what you needed to do, man. Believe in yourself. That's what it is. This creative art. That's what I believe in myself. I put myself in the list, not because of arrogance, but just because I believe I'm a creative art. I create. That's what's the difference between creators and just people who just draw what somebody else created. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of people drawing Batman, but you didn't create Batman. You ain't Bill Finger. You ain't Bob Kane. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of people that draw Avengers, but you ain't Jack Kirby. You ain't Stan Lee. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of people that draw Spawn, but you ain't Todd McFarland. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole bunch of people that draw Boondocks. You ain't McGruder. There's a whole bunch of people that draw Static Shock, but you ain't Dwayne Mcduffie. You know what I'm saying? Be a creator. Creators outlast more than anybody else. As long as you're a creator, can't really nobody stop you. Because in this day and age of stuff, you got your cell phone, you got your own personal computer, you damn near got your own channel having a YouTube channel. What the hell do you need a company for? They got to beg you to come to them, not you the other way around. So be patient, man, and trust in yourself. And most of all, believe in yourself. Don't be so down on yourself that you feel like the world's going to come to an end that you can't make it. You can make it, man. You can. I'm going to say this line like I always say it. Tough people last. Tough times don't last. Tough people do. I'm going to say it again. Tough times don't last. Tough people do. You are tough and you are stronger than you think you are. You know what I mean? I failed a bunch of times. I've been said no. This year alone, I've been turned down on 15 grants. This year alone, I've had 7 banks tell me no on loans. That's fine. I don't care. Because guess what? When I make it big, they're going to be kissing my ass and wanting to know how much money do I need. And I'm going to politely tell them, go F yourself. That's what I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? Because you're so blind to what I'm trying to do, you can't see it. All you see is, well, it doesn't bring us a P&L. It's not a profit. How do you know it's not a profit? With all the stuff that's happening now with creativity, I'm the best thing that could happen to you. So to be a creative art man is too important. So I'm going to recap. I'm going to talk about all these legends that I talked about today. My homeboy, AveryMitchell, man. Rest in peace, man. You know what I'm saying? My brother, AveryMitchell. That's what I call him. He's a brother. He's like my brother, man. He's like a younger brother to me. Rest in peace. Let the heavens, let your spirit rest in peace, man. Dwayne Mcduffie, rest in peace, man. Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, y'all rest in peace. Bob Kane, Bill Finger, rest in peace. Rankin, another great artist. Thomas Washington, rest in peace. Jim Lee, man. Todd McFarland, McGruder. These are the guys that I wanted to talk about today because I feel like all these characters, and including myself, Adewale Jr., I feel like all of us here are amazing creators, right? Something came out within our spirit to say, you know what? I'm going to do this. And none of us would take no for an answer. So y'all, that concludes my show for today. creators of art. But before I get up out of here, I always like to talk about all the new stuff we got. I'm gonna show y'all two things today. Hold on, I gotta go grab one of them. So, yo, I'm gonna show y'all. I love showing y'all the hoodies, man. It's winter time, so it's time to start rocking your hoodies, man. You know what I mean? You gotta get your hoodies. As you can see, this is sick. We got new designs on the website now. They are so sick, so you gotta go get your hoodie. It's custom all the way, as you can see, art all over the place. As you can see right there, you know what I mean? Art all over the place, man. And then, of course, the newest toy in the whole Honest Arsenal, the Batas foot line, Sport Ones. These are the Wonder Woman Batas Sport Ones. As you can see, they're sick, man. Check out the art. I'm gonna let y'all see a 360 of that Joker. I mean, look at this. It's compliments all day, man. And I designed this for a client, and everywhere she wears it to, they're like, oh my God, those shoes are so sick. But see, these kind of things only happen when you believe in yourself, right? Look at this. The Sport Ones, they are sick. Now I have my own footwear line. I ain't gotta beg nobody for that. I decided I was gonna have a footwear line. So y'all, that's what it takes to be successful, man. So check out all our new products on SoundVision.com, and all the posters that I showed y'all, all available on SoundVision.com. We got travel suitcases. We got what else we got? We got travel neck pillows. We got phone cases. We got we got glasses cases. I mean, it's just endless, man. So SoundVision.com, y'all got to check that out. So y'all, that concludes our show today. I want to thank y'all for listening. But before we get up out of here, we want to thank our sponsors. This podcast is brought to you by A4 Capital Consulting, growing good business anywhere and everywhere. Let A4 Capital Consulting take your business to the next level. That's A4CapitalConsulting.com for details, y'all. That's A4CapitalConsulting.com for details, y'all. And this podcast also brought to you by Anadel Foot and Ankle. Don't live with foot pain. Let Anadel Foot and Ankle make your feet happy again. That's AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. That's AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. And as I stated before, A4 Capital Consulting is coming out with a new podcast, so get ready. It's going to be fire. It's going to teach you how to grow your business, not only as a business person, and not only as an artist, but how to grow any business and take it to the next level, y'all. So A4CapitalConsulting.com, y'all. Y'all, I want to thank y'all for listening. This podcast, this episode was awesome, talking about these amazing creators, right? So I want to thank y'all for listening. This podcast is produced, written, and directed by yours truly, Adewale Agboke Jr. Please check out our website at soundvision.com. You know what I'm saying? New gear, footwear, apparel, art of all kinds, art accessories. Check it all out, y'all. And please subscribe to our podcast wherever you listen, whether it's Amazon, Desert, Spotify, Apple. And you can also listen to our podcast on soundvision.com. And please check out our social media platforms at Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, all at SoundVision. I'm going to keep saying that. I'm going to keep saying it again. Yes, social media sometimes is sticky icky and it just sucks in general, it's negative. But if you go there for what you go there for, it can be of benefit to you. I know for me, it benefits me. Specifically the two big dogs, YouTube and TikTok. You have got to have your YouTube game on. You know what I'm saying? And the new toy today now is the Facebook Reels. You got to put your stuff. So I'm over here posting Reels on my Facebook channel. You know what I'm saying? Every day I'm posting a Reel. I'm not messing around. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You got to get your Facebook on. You know what I'm saying? Your TikTok and your Facebook on and your YouTube on. You got to go with those jokers, man. It's where it's at. And y'all, please don't forget to review us, rate us, give us a 5-star, don't be a hater. And as always, y'all, continue to aspire and achieve. Believe in yourself. Because the reason why I always say that, believe in yourself all the time, because lately I've noticed with all this sad news you keep seeing on TV, people over there committing suicide and stuff like that, and it's not cool. You know what I'm saying? We are strong individuals. I want people to believe in themselves that they can get through anything. I've been through a lot in my life, man. And the only reason why I've overcome is because I've chosen to look forward towards something that's greater than the situation I'm in. There's a line that I always say, your decisions should be wiser than your situation. I'm going to say it again. Your decisions should be wiser than your situation. And if you feel like you need help, please get help. There are therapists out there, man. People that want to see you succeed, push you forward. You know what I'm saying? The people that want to help you and say, you know what, you can defeat this. You can get past this. In fact, I'm going to look up this number so I can tell you all the hotline number for you to call. If just in case it gets that bad. If there's anybody out there listening right now, you know what I'm saying? You need to call this number and make sure you tell them what's going on with you, because it's outside word. They're not going to tell anybody your business. It's between you and the person you're talking to. It's anonymous, man. So your business ain't going to put out there. Don't be ashamed to say I'm going through something. And also don't be ashamed to say I need help. I need help. To say you don't need help is a lie right there. We all need help. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if I can find this. Yep. Yes, sir. The number is 988. A simple number like that. Suicide prevention. 988. You call them and you tell them what's going on with you. We want you to live. Whether you got kids. Some of the saddest stories I've heard recently was a gentleman who's a producer on a TV show, Ellen DeGeneres. I mean, this man had 3 beautiful kids. He's got a wife, and he went to a hotel, checked himself in, and shot him, and just ended his life. It was really dejecting, man. It really took a lot from me today. I was like, wow, I got to talk about this. So if you're out there, I don't care if you're an artist like me, and I know for artists, we go through hell. We feel like we don't have enough. We feel like we're never going to make it. Yes, we are. If you're out there listening to this, I want you to know that you are going to make it. You know what I'm saying? I've been homeless twice, y'all. Homeless twice. And I'm here sitting in front of y'all doing a podcast. You can do anything you put your mind to. Remember what I said. Your decisions should always be wiser than your situation. Your decisions should always be wiser than your situation. The stuff you're going through is like a season. It's summer. It's winter. It's raining. It's snowing. But you can get through it, man. You can get through it. So please love life enough to live to see life. All right, y'all? As I always say, aspire and achieve. Have a great week and keep that number in handy, man. 988 if you need it to help you talk to somebody so you can get where you need to go. So not feel like you're alone, because you're not alone. There's people out there to help you, man. You know what I mean? So y'all continue to aspire and achieve. Have a great week. Stay safe, y'all. Peace.